You ready? One, two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and please be. I'm your host, Adam Mill. To right left of me is.
Shit called the governor.
And Jammer one.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Before we came back on, right? Because I know you text me about your name, misspelling of the name, right?
Yeah. A lot of
Okay.
people do
A
that
lot of
because I
people came
spell
in.
it kind of funny. But I just have to like let people know like what the official spelling is.
Mhm.
Yeah, he got mad at me too because my son was like, "My name is not Quan Bizzle. It's straight balling." Well, I think straight balling is trash, but this is what he called it. He said straight balling. I said okay, you straight balling. Now he's ill mind or something like that.
It changed it because straight balling was a, But my point is,
Okay,
I feel like
hold on real quick. My man Dio, he texted me. He said, "Yo, where's the extra dot?" I said, "What are you talking about? You spelled my name wrong, yo. It's D dot O dot. Please get it right." And then he said JC. I spelled it.
that he,
How you spell JC wrong, bro?
no, he did not. It's JC the legend. There's some respect on that man's name. You
Oh,
got to put some
JC the
respect on
legend.
people's name.
It's JC, I see.
Why are you spelling his name wrong?
I got you.
Cuz it's sick. Cuz the government, like sick. Cuz what? Like,
That, that, that,
like people have Spotify accounts. How are people going to know
That's true.
what artists to follow? You can give them the wrong
It's a
name.
You know,
Northern
it's
High School
crazy how
education.
it's crazy. You have a name that's unique, and all of a sudden, here come another one that popped up with dot 38. I'm like, come on, man, you can't do that. Be original. You know?
Yeah, I just do me a favor. Could y'all send me the correct spelling? You know what I'm saying? The dyslexia kick in, and I'm trying to look at y'all correct spelling, and then I'm spelling it wrong. I'm trying to look on y'all web page and y'all Instagram page. I'm all messed up, man. I apologize for that. I do. So okay, getting on to the show. Pat Poose and his, I guess they separated. Can I
Yep.
say former wife?
Get it.
Um, what's her name?
Remy Ma.
Remy Ma. Okay, I'm gonna play a clip real quick, fellas. We do not own the rights to this. Um, I don't know if you guys seen the video of Pat Poose talking about the situation. But
Yeah.
here go.
This is exactly the only thing you do. You know what I mean?
Can y'all hear?
I wouldn't even entertain this, but the fact that you mentioned my children, I'm not letting that ride. Since this whole situation happened, everybody know I never said nothing. The only time I said something was the last time when she tried to clout chase with the whole fake thing she kind of put on Instagram before. But ever since this transpired, I never opened my mouth, never said nothing because that's not my style. And also, I would never want to disrespect her. Google Pay
Oh,
from
let me read
9
that.
Spills withstand spills.
Okay.
That's and drops. Anything to worry about. We're saying all that.
That's what happened when you go live.
Google
Hold
Pay from
on.
9. Durable by design.
Okay, what up? I gotta edit that part out. Y'all guys heard the video, right?
Yeah.
Everybody heard it? Okay, what do y'all
We
think
heard.
about? What's y'all reaction to the video? Anybody want to go first?
I
It's
can go.
mm,
I can
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I thought it was necessary because Remy did go on one of those social medias
live.
and start spilling the tea. She started spilling the tea. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do that. The public don't know stuff about your relationship until you tell them. Until you tell them. Okay? And to get on social media and try to make a respectable man, because he's very respectable. He got respect of his peers, he got respect in the streets. People saw the way he held her down throughout the years. To get online and try to make a respectable man look bad, I don't blame him from getting up and clearing the air. And I believe everything he said. I don't believe what Remy Ma said because she took zero accountability. It's crazy to me how the person in the relationship who be dead wrong, you know what I mean? You're dead wrong. The first thing you do is get up on the internet and try to defend yourself. No apology, no nothing. You just up here trying to make your spouse or whoever look bad. So I don't blame Papoose because he did a lot. He did a lot for his children, and he did a lot for her. You know, I heard that he got her masters, yo. He got her masters. You know what I'm saying? Remy Ma, she ain't nothing but an ungrateful, wicked woman. That's what she is. And I'm sorry that Papoose had to go through that, yo. But I'm glad that he got on here. He finally opened up his mouth and he cleared the air and he had to let everybody know what time it was. And I support him 100%. And that's all I got to say about that part. You know,
You don't think there was too much information out there? Like, did we have to know their bedtime stories? Like, was that too much? Like, she was sleeping with another woman allegedly, and
hey,
the
look,
fact that she was
look,
sleeping
a
around on
guy
him
can
while they
only,
was married.
yeah, I do. But I think sometimes people can only take but so much. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I let this ride, I let this slide, I let this slide. You ain't, I'm not, I don't have no more cheeks for you to slap. I can only turn the other cheek once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Now I have to clear the air. And I don't blame him for doing that.
Real quick,
Not at
fellas,
all.
before your qualm, um, do you think that he was, giving out like simp energy? Some of the stuff he was talking about was it like simp energy that he knew that she was cheating around. Yeah, she was cheating, messing around on him. The female that was in the house, it took him 2 days or 3 days to figure it out that they were sleeping in the same bed, and he still forgave her. Was that like some type of simp energy? The writer's credit. She
To a
he gave
degree,
all the writers
yeah.
credit to her.
To a degree, yeah, it was simpish. But at the same time, when you married, you supposed to uphold your vows. Um, and that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to uphold his vows. I think he did too much. You can let some like when you've been with somebody for a long time, eventually somebody's going to do something along the lines. Okay, and I can understand if you give them one or two mess ups. Okay, you can do this. You got to make it up to me. I'm gonna let this slide, but I'm not going to be a rug after a while. And that's what marriage is about. That's what marriage is about. People mess up in marriages. Okay, and people who are not married don't understand that. People who don't uphold their vows, they don't understand that. It's bigger than just, oh, this person cheated. You know what I mean? It's a whole family. They got like assets and stuff like tied up to it. They got children together. So you don't just throw everything away because somebody mess up once or twice. Now, once you see that it's a habit and they can't help themselves, that's when you have to,
How we going?
get out of the situation.
Get out of here, right? That's dirty. But see, the thing is, it's kind of like peeling looking behind the curtain a little bit because you see there's a couple. They were both writing songs or whatever. Now you're starting to see a little bit behind it because see, both of them gained a lot of credibility when it came to the songs that they was putting out. Papoose and Remy Ma. And Remy Ma was really getting known because she always had the look as well. You see what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
and then see the way this plays out is like the same way so many relationships do. Like relationships I've been in before, they play out this way when everything is good. All of a sudden it breaks up. Now here come the dirt. That's why you ain't this anyway, and that ain't that. All of this talk goes back and forth. But you would think that the wisdom would be with her for the sake of the kid. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things you don't put out because see, the kid is young. But say what happens 10 years from now. and this dirt that came back and now it's out and about. It's being played around with. Or say the you got schoolmates, people you go to school with. They talking about it now. Your mom and your dad business out there, and you hearing about it. You don't want to hear about that. And then and then they throwing that at you now. You know what I'm saying? So for her to put that out there, I get why she did it because she catching the pressure from what's her name, Shields, Clarissa, the
Mm,
boxer. And when she's coming out, this is a totally different world for her too. She a boxer. She an athlete. She not in the whole rap world. But now she's dealing with Papoose. Now she got to make some certain claims and got to say some things too. Now that kind of got, what's her name? Remy Ma got it now. She got to respond. So that's what all of this is coming from. So this is one of the emotional response type things when they should have stepped back from it. But it's easy for me to say that because I'm not in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
but that's what I think is really going on right
Post
now.
out.
Huh?
Who did the first? Who did the first post out? Who was the first one who put something up on social media?
I don't
Remy. Remy.
because it had been so long
That's
that we have been hearing, like, say, the court of public opinion had been that Remy Ma is the one that messed that whole situation up, and then now she's got the lane. Meanwhile, Papoose then graduated and grabbed. Now he got the was a champion, and she a champ. Yeah, she a champ. So now he done leveled up with who he's rocking with now these days. You know what I'm saying? So now this is one of them type of thing where the public opinion and the public pressure then got to Remy Ma, and now she's responding on live.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty sad.
Mm.
Yep. A little self esteem can go a long way. I think Remy might got low self esteem, and she's a wicked woman. Just a wicked woman there.
my wife said she had low self-esteem.
Mm.
Why do I say she have low self esteem?
No, my wife
Sneaking
said it. She
around,
said,
sneaking around behind your husband, going to get your body done, not feeling like you pretty enough, you know, seeking attention of others while you married. All that's low self-esteem behavior.
It's because the big thing that she make claim when she's in there saying that, yeah, I made him look bigger than he was. When she was making that comment, you know what I mean? That's when you really started like, because I'm supposed to make him look bigger than he is. Because, trying to hype it like he bought her the big gifts and stuff like that. Talking about I bought it myself. That's low. You know what I mean? If anytime
That
you're
is
doing it,
low.
that's low. Because why would
no,
you?
who? Let me talk.
That's what she said. She got up saying that that's about Papoose, talking about Papoose wasn't really making the money like that. Talking about he supposed to be a manager, taking 20% of all the money that I make, and then I turn around and pay all the bills. This the comments that she's making it look like he's the bum basically riding her all this time. And then she was
Yeah.
saying, I'm out in the public hyping him up like he a real good dude. So y'all believe that. So now, you know what I'm saying? She feel like she the villain in the whole thing. You know what I mean? Because everything came out that what was going on. Now she's trying to justify herself in the public court. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she is the villain. That's why she out here talking, trying to make old boy look bad. But she can't, because we already see it. We already saw the dirt. I don't know. I
Mm.
don't know what be up. I don't know what go through people's heads, man. I just don't get it.
Yeah, would you?
She knows she was dead wrong,
What you-
but she
Um,
don't see it that way. She don't see herself being dead wrong. She thinks she right,
Right.
which I don't understand.
Go on.
I think if it's anything that the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lane situation taught me, is to always look deeper into things. I think the whole situation back then, even though to me these are similar situations, but definitely two different at the same time, um, it's taught me to always look deeper, and it's always two sides of the story. You know what I mean? Um,
Definitely.
and everything's alleged until the truth fully comes out, wherever that's in court or wherever that's people just having clear cut facts and proof. You know what I mean? Um, because it comes out Tory Lanez is innocent. You know what I mean? And we see it over and over again. You know, the woman comes out, these situations, she's crying or she's feeling some type of way, and automatically the
Playing a victim.
sympathy goes automatically towards her, and then the guy is out there looking all out there in the maze, and he's looking like the bad guy, the villain, because she's not only celebrity or she's not only famous, but she's a woman. And, in this world, the woman's automatically gonna get the sympathy. She's automatically gonna get the flowers, to care
Yep.
for her first. So I'm glad that he came out. He said something about it. I'm glad that he came out and he approached the situation in a calm way, and he spoke up for himself, because a lot of the times, this is not to say that any woman that comes out is automatically lying, but it's just to say that we know in our society, especially these days, when it comes to social media, especially with the black man, a lot of women are going to rush to put the black man down, any man as that, but especially the black man down when it
That's a
comes,
whole
and
fact.
it's so believable. So nowadays, it's not, especially when it comes to our sisters, it's not a black woman standing with a black man. It's a black woman versus black man thing. And it's just really us. You don't see any other race doing this but us. It's always going to be, and I'm not saying it's not out there, but I'm saying with us, you see it. Like the Jonathan Mayers, the Tory Lanes. You know what I mean? It's a
Mhm.
repetitive cycle. So I already know when I saw this, what direction this was going to go to. And I'd be like, I already know any video you look under, any video that has to do anything with her, any post, you already know. Scroll down the comments, you're gonna see women on her side, women vouching for her, not even knowing the situation, not even knowing her side of the story, his side of the story. They don't care. It's all about what she has between her legs and what society see woman as. So automatically, is going to make him wrong even before they step one foot in the courtroom, before they get the lawyers and money, everything involved. He's going to automatically be the villain. Tory Lanez lost that case not really because of facts and proof. All the evidence wasn't really stacked against him. They had nothing on him. You know what I mean?
Right.
They were so desperate, they had to go pull up past charges and things to bring it back to the situation, the case with Megan Thee Stallion.
Plus,
It's really because Megan cried on interview. Tory Lanez was quiet a little bit. A couple interviews here and there, dropped the album. Megan cried. They felt sympathy for her. Now he's in jail. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So these situations happen all the time, every time. Here.
Man, you cooking.
Um,
He's cooking.
let's see. What if I told y'all I disagree with everybody on this panel?
mm,
What if I told y'all that I was on the side of Remy Ma? What if I told y'all that everything is not out in the public for a reason? What if I told y'all between that space when she was in jail, what was Papoose doing? Who was he seeing? What if I told y'all behind the scenes they probably had an agreement and things just got out of hand once they got together? What if I told you guys that a reaction, action, sometimes a reaction comes from an action? So she just went out all of a sudden, started cheating with Easy to Block. I think there's a backstory to that that no one's talking about.
mm.
And I like to correct you on one thing. It's not her side or his side. It's her side, his side. In the middle, there's the truth. So I think that whoever's playing the sympathy party or whoever's a better actor in the public eye on social media, that's who people are going to gravitate to. You get what I'm saying? I really think there's more than meets the eye. I think that somewhere down the line, I'm not saying she's not a narcissist, but somewhere down the line, there was a misunderstanding and someone got hurt because a woman just not going to just jump out there. And why wasn't this her nature before they met? You do your research on people. It's an old saying when people say, if they tell you who they are, believe them. So all of a sudden, he's making a statement. Oh, that's just who she is. All of a sudden you're learning her now. You didn't get the
Yeah,
memo on
sometimes
her
it
who
takes
she
longer than
was.
we think. Sometimes it takes longer than we think.
And over time, they probably could have grown apart. You know what I mean?
That too.
Because, you got kids, and on top of that, they also are dealing with this is a public career that they go on. It's not like, see, we go to work, like we all go to different jobs and stuff. And if we mess up at work, that's within them walls. We go home and nobody knows. You know what I mean? I go to the store and nobody say, "Hey, you the one that messed up that the other day." No one knows that. They just see me as whoever they see me as. You know what I mean? So with these folks, everything that they got, a lot of the stuff that they got, they doing shows like they was on Love and Hip Hop back in the day. You know what I mean? All these little different things going on. People they tuning in into their private life too. So when these things play out, it also affects their careers because as the private life stuff, as all these things triple, their names are now popping up. We talking about them, everybody talking about them. They might get booked to different things. People want to do interviews. They want to talk to them now. So all of this kicks in. This is how all of this stuff kind of just stirs this whole thing to the point that it gets to a point where it's uncontrollable. Both of them can't control the narrative. So now you're starting to see a bunch of reactions now because they can't act upon anything to make anything happen. So this is unfortunate.
Battle of the sexes.
Yeah.
Battle of the sexes. The guys think that they're team Papoose. And I can't really say the women are team Remy because there are a lot of women who are like, for their own reasons, don't like Remy Ma. Maybe they in line to snatch her man away. I like to see them do that from Claressa, but that's not gonna happen. But this how you can tell things. Let's see how things progress in this new relationship. I wish him the best. If things doesn't, they separate, go each other way. I'm interested to see what Clarissa Shields got to say. If she's going to see some similarities that Remy Ma experienced, and vice versa with this guy Easy the Block. Me looking at him, he doesn't seem intelligent to me. I'm sorry, bro. I don't think if they was to break up the dead of Ma, he wouldn't he wouldn't know if a dog bit him 100 times. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't
What?
know. Yeah, go. you know, but moving on to the last topic. MC versus rapper.
Mhm.
Who's better? Who will win? What's the differences? Are there a difference? Jammer one, you on the mic, man. Let me know something.
I think the MC and the rapper can be one and the same. Whereas the MC is more the culture is more of cultural. They have like more cultural value. The rapper is more of a corporate structure. I got to sell these records. I got to sell these tickets. I got to make the hottest song. Whereas the MC is more so in the craft, the art of hip hop, rocking the party, rocking the crowd. The MC probably he don't really care if it's a lot of people in the audience. What the MC wants to do is entertain the audience, whereas the rapper wants to fill the venue so he can get the paper. Basically, that's the way I separate it. I don't know. I don't know if the rest of the world looks at it like that, but yeah. But still, at the same time, you can be both. You can be an MC, and you can be a rapper. You can be corporate, and you can be cultural. You can have a marriage between the two, and I think that's good. I think that's a good thing for anybody who's in the game. That's all.
So,
Hmm.
so when they say so is that the difference between like the rapper and the artist?
It's all art.
Uh, because when you got the okay, so the MC, right? Master, what they call it? Ceremonies, master ceremonies, control the crowd,
Yeah.
move the crowd, and then versus the rapper. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of times they do often seem to be one and the same to me, but then at the same time, I also wonder if it's the difference between the genre. Like sometimes these people just be straight pop versus being hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So in the case
Is
of
there a difference?
huh?
Go on, girl. I just. Is it a difference in skill wise?
Yeah, is that
Is
how
it a difference in skill wise?
It could be. Like, for example, right? The perfect rapper, somebody who I would say a perfect rapper is Flow Rider. You know what I'm saying? Music light, it's not heavy, it's fun. He raps, he
you?
don't be in ciphers or nothing like that. You know, he's a rapper. Then you got, oh man, so many to name from. It's so many MCs, man. It's so many of them. Like Talib Kweli, for example. You know, he's more of an MC type, concentrating on the stuff he's writing, if it's going to have impact, the delivery, how he's riding the beat, all of those intricacies. That's the main difference. Like rappers for the most part, they just want to be seen, they want to be cute, you know, they want to have fun, they want the girl, and I don't blame them. I think you should do both. I think I think it's good to have a balance of the two.
What you think, bitch?
I feel like, to be honest, when it comes to rapping BMC, there's a big major difference. I think one of the examples for it, I see Biggie being an MC. I see, and a lot of people might kill me if I say this, even though he's a favorite rapper, and I use him as examples a lot of times. I feel Tupac being a rapper. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I feel like it's just deeper than a rapper rhyming and MC, knowing not only how to construct it, not only know how to construct his rhymes, but have his rhymes more diverse and having a more having more vocabulary in his rhymes. You know what I mean? I feel like how can I say this? I feel like as a rapper, I feel like rappers know how to make good songs, right? And I feel like an MC is more focusing on being a wordsmith, you know, focusing on making you feel what they're saying and understand what they're saying in different meanings, whether that's flow, how they rhyme their words, the different words, double entendres and stuff. Um, they're more focused on the more yeah on a more technical part of that. But I feel like as a rapper is really more focused on making you rhyming what sounds good. You know what I mean? Um,
Mm-hmm.
making making rhymes that sound good, making good songs, like I said. So me, like people like me, and no, this is no no fault on me on anyone. You know, this title doesn't mean the fault. Either way is good for both sides. I consider myself a rapper. I consider myself as someone that wants to make a good song, that wants to put rhymes together that sounds good. You know what I mean? I feel like an MC again is more technical. That's someone that's focusing deeper than just a good beat or a good flow. Someone that's really focusing on the words and what they're saying and everything that goes on with that too.
Mm.
Um, I, 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 mm, I, me myself, I don't consider myself as MC, and this is why. Um, I consider guys like Jeremy One MC, Slick Vic Low MC, um, people who have performed on stages, moved the crowd. Now when you deal with lyricism, that's a whole different ballgame. You know, can a rapper be a lyricist or can an MC be a lyricist?
I think so. I think they both can be
That's
lyrics.
yeah, that's more of a technical side. You get what I'm saying? I think to be an MC, all the things y'all just mentioned, a person dealing with double entendres, dealing with the culture, he or she is in the trenches with the people. They're one with the crowd and the audience. They're moving the crowd. They know how to be in sync with the crowd. Where rappers more, he's more packaged and polished. Here he goes. Here's the hype guy. Here's the hype. This is what the hype is about. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to move the crowd. I've been seeing certain rappers that stay on stage and do this. Crowd, okay, yeah, MCs, the crowd do that for MCs, but you get what I'm saying. He doesn't have to perform like an MC. His star power, his hit record doesn't form.
But
You
each
get what I'm saying?
uh, but aren't each one of the even the rappers though? Their audience, they move in their audience, they move in their crowd. What makes them not MCs? You know what I mean? Because that's been the only definition so far that that has been, you know what I mean, what's separating them. You know what I mean? Because see, at times these rappers also they go through all the same lyrical type things. You know what I mean? A lot of them, a lot of lyrical abilities. They also doing all the different things like when you talking about the entendres, the different, you know, when you're doing the poetic, different literary devices, all that type of stuff. They doing all of those things, uh, and they got their audience moving with them. What makes them not MCs?
It's the flash.
Good question. I don't know.
It's look. It's the corporate side of it.
Mm.
Like you can say that Jay-Z is an MC, but he's more on the rapper side.
Now, yeah.
Like you got Drake also. You could say that Drake is an MC, but Drake is more on the rapper side because they had that corporate side of it, that monetary side.
Mm.
It's a business. You know that I think that's the difference between the rapper and the MC is the corporate side of it versus the cultural side of it. I mean, you can have a little bit of both, but most MCs they do it for the culture and the love of the art, whereas rappers they want to be stars.
Mm.
You know.
But how do you know that's not their
Does
love?
it fall apart?
Like,
Say
say,
it
how
again,
you
Joe?
know that's not, how you know that's not a part of their love? Like, all right, like, say for instance, right? Let's go back outside of hip hop though, for this example. But as wild as George Clinton was when it came down to the whole Parliament thing, right? Because they might make, oh, they was trying to do it for the whole, I want attention, right? Because that's what it seems like the rappers. That's what they're getting accused of. Like they're doing it for the attention, for the fame, or whatever. But sometimes that might be their particular part of the art where they putting that brand out. Is there a way, like, say, so, like for example, what's her name? Doechii, for example. Would you put her as MC or artist? I mean, MC or rapper, I mean.
I'll put her as a rapper.
Now she's got a lot
I'll
of
say the same thing, right?
okay, but I see, but I don't know what keeps her out from the MC category.
Because she seemed kind of poppy.
I don't see that no.
She's like popish.
Mm. That's
Hmm. I don't see her no different from. That's my opinion. I don't see her no different from Rhapsody. Do y'all consider Rhapsody an MC?
Yes, Rhapsody is an MC, but Doechii is way different from Rhapsody.
mm.
She way different. Doechii sings.
What you mean? What you mean by?
She has a lot of range. Doechii has a lot of range. Rhapsody she pretty much MCs. I mean, Doechii can do it too, but she got a lot of range. That's why I put her in the rap category. She got that pop thing. She got that pop edge.
So since she's not limited, that means she's an MC. She's not an MC because she's not limited.
I guess you could say that. You
So,
could say that.
okay. So an MC is limited. That's what y'all telling me. An MC can't cross over. They can't make good songs.
Jay-Z did it. It just depends. Like I said, you could do both.
Right.
You can do both.
So why does that have to be though? Why does it got to be like you get beyond a certain level, now all of a sudden, you ain't quite official. You ain't real no more. You know what I mean?
No, it's more like this, right? It's more like this, right? You in the streets, you down here in the trenches, you try and get your name out there, you doing it for the culture, you love it, right? But then let's say you want to take it to the next level and become a star. Now you have to implement more like what's the word I'm looking for?
Hollywood.
You have to put like You had to be more relatable to like the regular people outside of the culture.
Yeah.
That's what rappers do that MCs don't really do.
Switching to MC
They
Hammer.
they relate to regular everyday people. That's I don't yeah, I mean I think that's what made Tupac so good. He could relate to just regular people. That's what rappers do. That's what they do well.
Mm.
Nelly too.
Yeah, because I'm about to say, does making a certain type of music matter? Like commercialized music, polished music. Like when somebody say, you ever listen to somebody, I like digress going back to the Joey badass battle, and they were saying he was a more polished rapper. His tracks were more cleaner than Daylight's. Daylight's was more of an MC, a battle rapper. It was less polished and industry rapper against battle rapper or MC. And they gave the edge to Joey because it was more relatable and it was more polished and stuff like that. So is it like the type of music that people, you get what I'm saying? Like if somebody listen to an underground artist and that underground artist is an MC. And we probably need a part two to this next week because I want to know too before I drift off topic. Can an underground artist be considered a rapper?
Mm.
I think they could. I think they could, but in that case, the being underground is the only reason why they probably. I think they could be considered rap. I know a lot of underground like rap guys, and those guys they are always going to like the industry parties and doing showcases and stuff. You know those rap guys. Those guys would be like, "I'm a rapper." The ones that want to be stars. We all seen them. We see them, all the time when we go out. They don't do stuff like rap on the corner or rap while they playing an instrument or something. They don't do stuff like that. They put on the track. They won't even rap. They won't even rap. Oh, like if it's a band. If it's a band playing the music, they won't even rap over that because they don't know how. All they know how to do is say their specific raps to their specific beats, and they don't go outside of that because they're rappers and they're not MCs.
That's the difference. I think that right there is where you finally put your finger on the actual difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
So you're saying the MC can have a range of different melodies and beats he can rhyme to.
Right, and it's not like just some set form like pre-written down, you know what I mean? Like they can actually off the top put down and put there's like an art form to it. Like,
There, you're right. That was the missing piece right there. The MC could make it up on. They could make it up on the spot.
you can do
You
different
know.
things. Right.
Yeah.
Like the same way
That's
like the real good, like an improv. Like when you think about other genres of music, like a jazz, for example, but we got less than a minute too. But we had to go to part two, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go to part two next week, man. Where can they find you, Jammer One?
at Instagram at JAMMA_WUN and YouTube. Same spelling without an underscore. Jammer One.
And where can they find you at Cuz?
At Governor Mansion, GUVNAMANSION.
Share.